What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here in the Great League, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing a team that was suggested to me by one of my Twitch viewers. He goes by the name of Frosty. He is also a content creator on Twitch, and I'm not sure if he does YouTube content, but make sure to check him out on Twitch. This was a team that he thought of, and since I am still quarantining and recovering from my sickness this week and unable to go into work, I'm trying to output as much content as possible this week. So on my Twitch streams, I'm having my viewers suggest different teams that they'd like to see me run, and this was a team that was a lot of fun, and I got to feature Noctowl with its new moveset of Shadow Ball. I do have a very highly ranked PvP IV spread on my Noctowl. You can see the IVs on the screen there. And Noctowl, if you've never used it before, you are going to be absolutely surprised on how bulky this bird is. Now that they gave it access to Shadow Ball as a coverage move, not too many things wall this thing anymore. Obviously, Bastiodon is going to be very, very rough, but even against Stunfisk, you can hit back with some solid neutral damage with Shadow Ball. I'm running Defense Deoxys on the safe swap, and then Ferrothorn in the back, running Power Whip. And I chose to run Thunder on this Ferrothorn for a little bit more Skarmory coverage, but you could totally run Mirror Shot or Flash Cannon as well. So with all that being said, let me know down in the comments what you think of this team, what you think of Noctowl if you've tried it out, and let's jump right into these battles. Had a lot of really fun battles running this team. So Noctowl into a Crawdaunt. Now, this is a waterfall Crawdaunt. Typically when you see Crawdaunt, they're running Snarl as the fast move because you generate energy very quickly, and then they're running Night Slash as one of the charge moves. But this person actually has Vice Grip as a charge move, so we're just going to be able to take out that Crawdaunt. These are still very early battles into Season 10, as you can tell. My opponent's team here is very, very spicy. We saw Crawdaunt with Waterfall and Vice Grip, and now we see a Fire Fang Entei here. So I definitely have to bring out the Deoxys because my Ferrothorn is going to get absolutely melted by this Entei. Gonna shield it up, and they're actually running Fire Blast. Holy cow, that would definitely probably almost take out my Deoxys there. Fire Blast is a really, really heavy hitting charge move that takes a long time to get to. In the back is a Zapdos. That is a Charge Beam Zapdos. Typically when you run Zapdos, you want to run Thunder Shock as the fast move to generate more energy. And my opponent has double nukes on their legendaries here. So this is where Thunder actually helps out against opposing flyers. You're able to hit for super effective damage. However, on Zapdos, it only hits for neutral. Now here, I'm not throwing because I want to get more farm with my Deoxys. I want to be able to counter this down and then have energy to throw at the Entei. And so I'm going to throw this Psycho Boost. I know that this Entei is low enough that this is going to be able to take out the Entei there. Good game. Very exciting team. Okay, Metacham, very meta Pokemon, and I'm glad that I see it in the lead here. So Noctowl is hitting for super effective with this flying type damage. You could go for Shadow Ball, which technically is 10 more energy than Sky Attack, but Sky Attack is going to hit for super effective anyways. So just going to go for the Sky Attack here. And luckily, the first move they threw here was a power-up punch, but I'm going to shield up the second one. I thought they might be going for a Psychic. It ends up being just another power-up punch, but I'm going to get to another Sky Attack, and we're able to win the lead there, which is really nice. Out comes a Skarmory, and because I want to guarantee that my Deoxys is aligned with this, I cannot swap out. I do not want my Ferrothorn to be stuck against this. So look how much damage that Shadow Ball did. It took the Skarmory below half health. Even though the Skarmory has loaded energy here, Noctowl put in so much work in the lead. Gonna bring in my Deoxys. And I had a feeling that they were gonna go for the heavy move of Brave Bird here. So I do shield it up, and I call the Brave Bird correctly. In the back is a Superior. Prime example here of where not having a steel type charge move on Ferrothorn makes this matchup very obnoxious, because we're both hitting each other for resisted damage. And my opponent even gets the Leaf Tornado debuff on the first move. So at this point, I know that I constantly want to be over farmed with energy, because I anticipate my opponent swapping out at some point. And I want to make sure that I have enough energy to potentially threaten that Skarmory with a Thunder. So I'm going to throw a Power Whip here. I'm still debuffed though, so this is hardly doing any damage. In comes the Skarmory. All I need here is just as much damage as quickly as possible. So I'm going to throw one Psycho Boost. And they let it go. Gonna throw another Psycho Boost, and at this point this is for sure a good game. I have energy stored on my Ferrothorn, it's still very healthy, and we're gonna be able to take out that Superior. So my opponent ended up being double weak to Noctowl, which is why they stayed in with the Medicham and played out the one shield. But Noctowl put in so much work in this matchup, reducing that Skarmory's health below half and winning the lead. It was really, really nice to see. And Ferrothorn's going to be able to clean up. We go for the Thunder just to reveal the moveset, to be a little bit silly. But we're able to take that game. That was a long match there. Good game. Noctowl into Azu. Fairly neutral matchup. And if I remember correctly, I mean, it's been a while since I've run the simulations on this particular matchup. But back in the day, before XL Azu was a thing, I believe Noctowl actually won this matchup very comfortably in the one shield because of how bulky Noctowl is, despite being hit for super effective with the Ice Beam. But against XL Azu, I do not think that is the case anymore. So I swap into my Deoxys to catch a move. My opponent shielded a Sky Attack very early, which kind of is a sign that they might be weak to Noctowl in the back, so I wanted to preserve that. I really expected some sort of like a ghost type to come out here, like Sableye or something, but they're staying in with the Azumarill, so I'm farming, and I'm going to throw a Thunderbolt here. Now, I do want to make sure that I win switch advantage, so I'm going to throw this Psycho Boost immediately. I want to be able to decide what I get aligned with what. And thank goodness I did that, because they have a Stunfisk in the back. That would really not be good if my Noctowl was stuck against that. They are running Mud Shot though, so the fast move pressure wouldn't be that scary, but the discharge would really hurt. Gonna bring out my Ferrothorn, and they have a Skarmory in the back. So, thank goodness I have Thunder here, and because they only have one shield remaining, they're less likely to shield this. I'm able to land the Thunder, and then I actually go for a Sky Attack here, which is arguably a mistake, because they no-shielded that. If I would have went for the Shadow Ball, I would have just gotten rid of the Skarmory. But now I'm going to shield, and I'm going to be able to farm this Skarmory all the way down. Going to go straight for the Shadow Ball here. And it's going to be very difficult for the Stunfisk to be able to Mud Shot me down. They're really trying, but Noctowl is way too bulky, and these Mud Shots are double resisted because of the flying typing. So there's really nothing they can do at this point. Ferrothorn is going to be able to Bullet Seed this down, and we're going to be able to take that game there. So the Noctowl Azumarill matchup, again, I kind of need to go on to PvPoke and run that simulation, but I assume that XL Azu can probably win that because of that added bulk. Alright, Skarmory in the lead. I am going to immediately swap into my Deoxys. Now, there is a case to be made. I could have stayed in with my Noctowl for a little bit, thrown a Shadow Ball, and then gotten out, or stayed in with my Noctowl the entire time. But I just kind of wanted to mix it up and see what they want to do. They bring out a Swampert. Swampert is very commonly paired with Skarmory, so no surprise here. Now, winning switch advantage here doesn't necessarily do me all that good. I more so need to get shields down from my opponent. And the reason being is I don't have a hard counter to Skarmory. So winning switch really doesn't help me that much. Gonna throw another Psycho Boost here. And then I go for an aggressive snipe down with Noctowl. I preserve my Deoxys. They end up having a Stunfisk in the back. This is totally okay. And this is a prime time to showcase this Noctowl matchup against the Stunfisk. Look at that damage with the Shadow Ball. That is awesome. And because of how bulky Noctowl is, they need 3 Rock Slides to KO. This matchup is really not even that bad for Noctowl at all. They catch on their Skarmory. Nice move, but I am totally happy that this Shadow Ball damage connects with the Skarm. I'm just going to throw this Psycho Boost immediately. I want to get off any damage I can. And at this point, Ferrothorn is going to be able to handle that G-Fisk no problem. They have to throw their energy, but all I got to do is get to a Power Whip. And this game is for sure over, because Ferrothorn easily survives an Earthquake. So even if they land an Earthquake, it won't be able to take me out. So I just no shield this in case they're baiting me. But as you can see, Ferrothorn's able to tank that, and then able to get to this Power Whip and take that game there. So Swampert double ground. Skarmory double ground. They had a Swampert and G-Fisk in the back there. Good game. Okay, Nidoqueen in the lead is kind of obnoxious to deal with, because Deoxys and Ferrothorn are both kind of neutral-ish against it. You do have Psycho Boost to hit for super effective. They end up switching into their Vigoroth. Deoxys is a very solid response to Vigoroth, but you cannot get too greedy with the farming here. So I'm able to sneak a counter through, which is really good for me. I do need to throw energy onto this Vigoroth to get rid of it. I'm going to go for the Psycho Boost here and see what they want to do. They end up shielding. So now my strategy is I'm going to shield, commit to the farm down, and then have a lot of energy to threaten that Nidoqueen. Able to farm it all the way down. I'm anticipating the Nidoqueen, but they bring in an Umbreon. Instead of dumping all that energy, which would pretty much go to waste against the Umbreon, I'm going to make a move into my Ferrothorn here and start building up some energy. Power Whip is going to hit this Nidoqueen for neutral. Ferrothorn still single resist all of this poison type damage because of the steel subtyping. So these Poison Fangs, that's totally fine. I'm able to get to another Power Whip. They still have a very healthy Umbreon, but I have essentially 100 energy on my Deoxys, and I was able to clear my attack debuff. And Noctowl is still very healthy, so we're looking really good here. My switch clock comes up. I swap out to avoid getting farmed down. And this is just kind of a great example of recognizing where your switch clock is, and because these three Pokemon are relatively flexible against my opponent's remaining Pokemon, I'm able to make these aggressive swaps like this and avoid getting farmed down. Gonna throw a Sky Attack here. I miss a bubble. Man, the flying type animation I sometimes struggle with. And that one's brutal, because if you miss one bubble, you miss the excellent. But able to tank the foul play and get to a Sky Attack. Noctowl is insane. And then I think I go for the combo play and just throw a Psycho Boost to be funny. Yeah, we're able to take this out and win this game with 3 Pokemon remaining there. Good game. Lots of swaps in that game. Noctowl into Abomasnow. Okay, kind of a tough lead, especially since my Ferrothorn does not have any Steel-type moves. I'm going to throw the Sky Attack immediately. And if this was not a CMP tie, I'm going to swap. So I'm able to go into Deoxys here. The game is lagging though, but I get off a little bit of counter damage. So now I know in a late game scenario that Abomasnow is actually going to be relatively low enough where Power Whip might even be threatening on it after all the Bullet Seed damage. Out comes Azumarill. This makes sense. Azumarill and Abomasnow pair very well together. Abomasnow is weak to fighting, and it's double weak to fire, so Azumarill offers like perfect coverage for that. Able to get to this Thunderbolt here. My opponent is out of shields. That Abomasnow is still going to be tricky to deal with though. So I'm going to bring in my Ferrothorn and farm as much as I possibly can here. These Ice Beams do hit for neutral, and my opponent's going to get to another one. I don't know where I want to spend my shield yet because I have not seen my opponent's third Pokemon. So farming, and that was actually a wasted Bullet Seed right there because I was already at 100 energy, but going to throw the Power Whip. If the Abomasnow comes in, I really need to get this Power Whip damage off. So let's see what they end up bringing out. They end up bringing in a Politoed. I saw the water subtyping in the top right corner, so I throw this immediately. And I want to force this Politoed to throw energy to take me out. So now I know that my Noctowl can safely win this game. They're actually running Surf too. All I need to do is wing attack down this Abomasnow, double shield, wing attack down, and then get to a move against the Politoed. And since they're running Surf and not Weather Ball, I know I'll safely be able to get there. And we're able to take that game. I go for the Shadow Ball Flex. And I believe I have one more battle in this video here. But this team was a lot of fun to use, and I think Noctowl really has a lot of play in Great League right now. Okay, Pidgeot in the lead. So I am hoping that they bait with Feather Dance. I missed the Excellent again. That is really not great. So I make a call here, and they went straight for the Brave Bird. That is so bad for me. And then they swap and they preserve their Pidgeot. So I have to bring out my Deoxys here. At least my Ferrothorn gets to avoid the Medicham here. But this is a tough position because the Pidgeot is still healthy, has a little bit of residual energy. So I need to leave this matchup with energy on my Deoxys to be able to get a move off on that Pidgeot. So I'm going to throw a Thunderbolt here. And I know I need another Thunderbolt to knock out this Medicham. So I'm going to over farm and then shield whatever this is. Farm up as much as I possibly can to try to get a move off on the Pidgeot as well. So I'm pretty much at 100 energy there. Going to throw the Thunderbolt because I don't want to drop my attack. They let it go. I'm anticipating the Pidgeot coming back in. And it does, so I throw one counter and then throw the Psycho Boost. But I'm in a rough spot here. I was going to try to catch a move on my Ferrothorn, and I'm able to do it. But what is in the back? There's no way that I'm winning that game against that team. Well played to my opponent. Hope you all enjoyed the video. That game ruined my little win streak with this team, but I had a lot of fun. I think Noctowl is awesome now. If you enjoy the content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.